This video is for the field ops or anybody else who will be reporting expenses or deposits for Greene Septic. So we have updated the company protocol on how to do this to make it simpler on the admin side. And anytime you're going to report an expense or a deposit of any kind, it's all going to filter into one place now instead of putting it in various campfires and places in Basecamp. It's all going to go right here. So, and this is the DC Financial Receipts project. So pretty intuitive name for any kind of financial receipts or anything like that. And the two to-do lists that you're going to be using is the expenses one and the deposits one. So I'm going to go into each of these and show you what the template looks like for how to report an expense or deposit. So we're going to start with expenses. So go ahead and we're going to go into that to-do list. And I've put a template to do right here. So that's going to stay here. So if you ever need to reference it, you can. And if you click on it, there's a bunch of notes that give you more information on how to report different kinds of expenses or deposits. The deposit one has the same sort of template related to deposits. So you can see here, whenever you report something, the least that you need to do is put the category of it. So materials, inventory, things like that, and then the job that it's associated with, if that's applicable. So if it is materials for Cali Septic, you're just going to put materials Cali Septic. If it's inventory, you can just put inventory because that's not associated with the job. If it's fuel, you can just put the job name like Cali Septic, and then the receipt, as long as the receipt is obviously a gas station. You can also just put fuel Cali Septic if that's easy. Go ahead and do that. It's faster. And then any kind of receipt or invoice or proof or anything like that that we would need to see needs to go in the notes. So you don't have to put the dollar amount in the title of the to-do if it's on the receipt and clearly legible. So that'll save some time. You don't have to put all that in the title when you report it. And here's some more information. So just kind of tells you what I just said. Put the receipt in the notes. Okay, so if this is something that is, let's say you need to report something that we haven't actually paid it yet, but we owe it to somebody, then you need to put in the title or the notes of the to-do that this is accounts payable. And that way our bookkeeper will know to put that on accounts payable. It's not something that actually went through our account yet. It's just something that we owe. So make a note of that if that's the case. And then I just given you some examples here, just example to-dos. So Cali Septic materials, and the notes would have the receipt, inventory, and the notes would have the receipt, Cali Septic fuel, etc. So hopefully that helps you remember that. If you ever forget, just click on the template and you can see the notes, and just ask any questions if you're not sure. And then the deposit one has a similar situation. So go ahead and click on the template. Same sort of thing. Only difference is these are deposits. And then for this, accounts receivable. So if somebody has, or if somebody owes us money but hasn't paid it yet, and we need to report that, we do need to report that. So if that is the case, go ahead and make a note of that either in the title of the to-do or the notes. It's an accounts receivable. So somebody owes it to us but has not paid it yet, because we need to put that on our accounts receivable list so that we can keep track of it. So just make a note of that if that's the case. And then Again, I gave you some examples here. So Cali Septic down payment, put the receipt or the invoice or whatever, the check into the notes. This case would be a check. And then Cali Septic materials return. So go ahead and, if that's the case, just put the receipt for the return in the notes, and etc. So that's pretty much it. So just remember, anything, you don't have to put deposits or expenses now into different sort of campfires. Just go ahead and put everything into either the expenses or deposits to-do list in the DC Financial Receipts project. And that should make it really simple for you guys and also for admin, and just kind of streamline everything. So if you do slip up, it's okay, especially in this transition period. If you put something in the campfire, somebody will probably remind you, our bookkeeper will probably remind you to put it in here next time. Yeah, so eventually we'll all get used to this new thing, and it's not going to be a big deal. So, all right, just let us know if you have any questions about anything.